Ellen DeGeneres has been all over the news, and with more of her former staff members speaking out against her, it seems as though her time has come to an end. Today we put together a list of Ellen's worst moments throughout her career as the Queen of Nice. Everything from hanging out with George W. Bush to embarrassing Mariah Carey, we have everything you need to know. Welcome to InformOverload. I'm your host and bacon overlord Johnny Rogers, and you're watching the #1 tea-spilling entertainment news show on the internet. First and foremost though, before we kick this video off, let us know down below who your favorite Ellen guest is and tell us why. Plus, if you don't want to miss another daily video from us, make sure you tap that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Now, without any further delay, let's get right into today's list, the top 5 biggest Ellen DeGeneres controversies over the years. In at number 5, coming out. Back in the early 1990s, Ellen had just debuted on ABC with a sitcom called Open House. On the show, she played the role of Margot Van Meter, an office worker at a real estate company. However, on April 30th, 1997, an episode called The Puppy Episode aired, which followed Ellen as her character came to the realization that she was a lesbian. As a result, she found herself the center of intense speculation about when she herself would come out. Despite multiple threats from advertisers and religious groups, The Puppy Episode was a huge rating success. Regardless, this controversy built enough criticism for the series to be cancelled after one more season in 1998. That being said, the episode did win an Emmy for outstanding writing and became a cultural phenomenon. In at number 4, Dakota Johnson. When Dakota Johnson came on the show, we really got to see that Ellen is not afraid to lie if it makes for good TV. First and foremost, she says happy belated birthday, then asks how it was because she didn't get an invite, which leads to Dakota calling her out on that lie.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. Last time I was on the show, last year, you gave me a bunch of about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
I can't believe that on top of that, she was also rude to her the last time that she was on the show. I mean, why would you ever want to come back after that? Now, either she's really forgetful or has lied so many times that she can't keep track, because the next part of that interview was confusing to say the least. She then insisted that she was never invited and even turns to her producer of the show to clarify that there was no invitation, but her producer then just says, "You were invited, but you were out of town at that thing." And the plot thickets. That thing coming up next. In at number 3, George Bush friendship. Not only did Ellen lie about not getting a birthday invitation to Dakota Johnson's party, but that thing that she was out of town doing was even tweeted by her. Ellen said, "Yes, that was me at the Cowboys game with George Bush over the weekend." Ellen was then blasted on Twitter for hanging out with former Republican President George W. Bush, and here's how she handled it.
They did what people do when they're mad. They tweet, but here's one tweet that I loved. This person says, "Ellen and George Bush together makes me have faith in America again."
Let me get this straight. By them hanging out, people are supposed to have faith in America again? Bush was the president for 8 years and fought against gay marriage. He even wanted to make a constitutional amendment in 2004 that would define marriage as a union of a man and a woman. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I believe Walker had the best take on this though. He said, "Here's the thing, Ellen, George W. Bush is a war criminal who is responsible for death on a cataclysmic scale. It's not a matter of being friends with people with different beliefs. We all have those friends. It's about having a little perspective on the damage that he's done." Well said, Walker, well said. In at number 2, Jailhouse. Ellen used to have a tight-knit and dedicated crew that outlasted a writer's strike and still stuck by her afterwards. Yet, when they needed help, Ellen and her net worth of $400 million said, "Bye, Felicia." What's worse is that she hired a non-union crew instead to run her show from home. So you force them not to unionize and then turn around and show them exactly why they should have teamed up. Gotcha. This comes after Variety reported that Ellen's staff were given no information and entirely left in the dark after filming for the show stopped in March. Oh, and then she said her mansion felt like jail.
One thing that I've learned from being in quarantine is that people, this is like being in jail.
By the way, that's a $27 million mansion. Twitter really hated these comments, and rightfully so, especially with essential workers putting their lives on the line and then going back to their apartment they share with 5 other people for Ellen to be like, "My house is jail." One user said, "Ellen DeGeneres really said social distancing is like being in jail when the government is out here sacrificing fast food workers who don't even have that privilege. She probably hasn't even discovered half of the rooms in her $27 million mansion." I'm betting that she hasn't. Last but certainly not least, on our #1 spot, Mariah Carey. Back in 2008 when Mariah Carey came on The Ellen Show, there had been rumors circulating that Mariah may have been pregnant. However, instead of respecting her wishes to not mention these rumors or even further speculate, Ellen forced her to address it.
people are saying that that you're pregnant. There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
All right. Well, you don't have to answer.
No, that's okay. No, honestly,
you
how
don't
do I-
have to
how do
answer.
I-
Let's just toast with champagne and.
Ellen wanted to be the first one to break this story of Mariah's pregnancy, and to do so she brought out alcohol to force a confession. Now clearly if Mariah was pregnant, having alcohol would be a terrible idea, but why does Ellen feel like she's in charge of this information? Despite all of Mariah's refusing to take part in Ellen's game, she was eventually backed into a corner. She then takes a small sip from the glass that prompts Ellen to start shouting that Mariah is pregnant. Sadly, Mariah Carey would have a miscarriage just a few weeks later. Coincidence? I think not. With that though, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled "Influencer Dan Bilzerian Exposed as a Fraud." AC Bunny says, he probably has his dad's stolen money in a tax shelter account offshore and he's using his gambling as a way to launder that asset into America. That is a very accurate assessment, and I bet you are probably spot on with this one. I guarantee you are, in fact. Indira Yoga says, he threw a woman off a building and kicked another in the face. This guy has issues and deserves jail time. How he has skirted past any jail time is just beyond me. I mean, this guy is so public with abusing women. It's fucking nasty. F says, whenever someone says 2020 will go down in history as the worst year, I get seriously concerned thinking that 2021 will be hold my beer. Yeah, I'm fearful of that too. Can someone just put me in one of those cryo chambers like Futurama? That'd be great. Rutuma says, beard cover protein powder. Yes, I love it when people quote the jokes I'm throwing away here. It lets me know that you're at least paying attention. Lily Gunn says, as someone who lives in America, I'm embarrassed that this fool is what our better neighbors from the north think is representative of the American dream. Ew. Look, I was just joking about him being the epitome of the American dream. I'm not really the type of person that likes to paint an entire country of 330 million plus people with such a broad brush. I'm sure most Americans are just lovely human beings that are trying to provide for their family, and not like Dan Bilzerian. And that has been the top 5 biggest Ellen DeGeneres controversies over the years. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks to our editors for all of their hard work. If you enjoyed this video, please show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, don't forget to leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on today's list. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is tap that playlist when it pops up. From InformOverload, my name is the Bacon Overlord, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy.
Yeah, so this was the
Top 5 Ellen controversies. Despite multiple threats from advertisers. Gonna do that again.